Hello everyone, Wyland here, and welcome to the fourth part of our How to Build a Treehouse. In this part, I'm going to show you my new water system that I have set up in the treehouse, which goes throughout the whole entire treehouse. I'm going to also show you some of the fencing ideas I've had for my dinosaur pen, and I'm going to show you some extra things I've added to the inside of the treehouse. So we're going to do that now. So the treehouse is coming along pretty good. I ended up going ahead and extending this ramp all the way across just to allow my bigger dinosaurs to come up here and be able to hang out. I'm going to fence in this whole area just so they don't, fall off or anything if something crazy were to happen. But I have you already saw the behemoth gate. I put these wooden gates right here beside it. Just to kind of make the wall bigger, quicker, easier way to make it bigger. I'm gonna do that all the way around. I just wanted to show you with the wooden gates. If you want to stack them like this, the easiest way to do that is to have a wall of some sort beside it going up, and then putting a ceiling tile up there at the top. And then once you have the ceiling tile, you're going to put a fence foundation on the edge of it, and then your gate will connect. You'll snap right to it, and you'll have them nice and even where you don't have to sit there and try to eyeball it from above with the orbital camera. But I have my whole area is now fenced in, so to say. And what didn't take me very long because I made all these wooden gates. I extended this gate a little bit higher just to make sure none of the dinosaurs end up running off, and I'll probably have to go a little bit higher than that. I've got this little area right here is new from what you saw last time. This is kind of for my egg room, which is in here, breeding room, egg room, both combined. This box, I've got spark powder in here now, which I'm going to remove all this. This is going to be kind of like my quick access box for where I keep important gear that I'm currently using. Maybe I have armor sets I'm switching out or anything like that. That way it's out here in the open. I don't have to run in and go in and to get whatever I need to get. I can just get it right here in that box. This is my new egg hatching, breeding room, whatever you want to call it. Open this up, close this just so you can see, and you can see the house icon in here. So everything's insulated in here. Got a feeding trough just so I can store some food, and I got two feeding troughs outside too as well, which I'll show you in a second. But put this little glass window in here, just, I don't know, I guess give me something to do while I'm sitting here waiting. But right now all I have is just some torches to put an egg right here in a fireplace. I will go out and tame the dinosaurs that have the insulation and all that, so that I can bring them in here, and then I won't have to worry about having to do this torch stuff. Mainly what I'm doing right now is I'm using my tribe's dinos to hatch my eggs, which I just made a video of that, how to hatch your eggs completely unattended on a primitive server. So if you're interested in that, just go check out my channel and find that video, and it'll show you what you need to do. But right now these are just here because once I take the eggs over there and I go ahead and get them close enough to where they're about to hatch, I'll just stick them right here and then light up the torches and go ahead and hatch them here. That way I can have them at my base and I don't have to worry about carting them around. Alright, so I put two feeding troughs here. They kind of, are flush with the foundation because I put them in on the actual tree platform. So you can do that if that's something you're interested in doing, put stuff on the actual tree platform itself. I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do right there. And I probably will put some other stuff in these other little holes just to decorate it later on. But this house right here, which was my egg room, breeding room, kind of acts as its own fence as well. And I plan on putting a wall coming up right here just to kind of keep things from accidentally falling off if that ever were to happen. Let's go ahead and go take a look inside. If you remember on the third video, I had some beer barrels right here, and it didn't work out because I had put some water catching things at the top with a pipe coming down, and it wasn't working. And what I found out was that in order to have a beer barrel in your in your house or wherever, you have to have your water system set up first, and then once you have a pipe, then you place the barrels on the pipe. And the water system has to be connected to an actual real water source outside. Can't be anything like a the little, I don't even remember what they're called, the stone tubs up at the top or whatever. Can't be connected to anything like that. Let me get some water real quick. Alright, so you kind of saw this new garden area that I have. And each one of them has their own little water tap coming out. And if you look at them, they all have 300% greenhouse effect, which that's from my greenhouse windows that I have right here. So this turned out pretty good. And I have my new dung beetle over here in the trap, this wooden trap. It's easier to do that because then they can't go and get everywhere. And if you can pick them up and see, I can pull the fertilizer out right here. And I got my cat in here. He's kind of holding my fertilizer right now. He probably doesn't like that, but oh well. For now, he's holding the fertilizer. But now I'm going to show you how I set up this water system to where it's, that turned out really good, because I'm glad that I didn't have to make the pipes come up and then have them all up in the air, with the water pouring down. And you don't really need all 4 of these. I just thought it looked better to have all 4. You could have like this, if you put one right here, it would probably water all 3 of these plants. So you probably would just need 2 total to get all these plants watered. I even did a test where I put one over here, which was a pipe coming up here and the water coming out, and it was able to water these 2 right here. So there is a kind of a big distance that the water will affect your plants. So just keep that in mind, if you're trying to minimize how many of these pipes you have coming up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the water system that I installed. Okay, so this is the area where the water is at, closest to my base. You can see my base is up there. And I put my pipe starting right here. There's where, and I didn't, here, if you wanted to do a whole water system, it's best to start from your house and then, put it wherever you want it in your house and then come down to where your water is. I'm just showing you where I'm starting at, just so you can see how much pipe I had to actually use for this. But I went up right here. I tried to keep it close to the ground as possible, because I really don't like the way the pipes look. I hate having them sticking out everywhere. I went up right here all the way up to the top. And then this is the platform where there's nothing on right now. That just has my dinosaurs kind of just hanging out there. But I wanted to make sure I kind of future-proof this design so that, if I ever wanted to add water over here, it would be no issue to do so. So I went ahead and put the piping all around where I had see, I can add more pipes right there. And I can always break these pipes on this Quetzal platform and add in more to this area. But I have them enough right here to be able to pipe that tree platform. I've got them under here, so I can pipe this. See, I can keep going over and pipe this platform if I need to. And then I have it going, since this is my main location right here, I went under the house. This is where it's coming up at for the large plots right there. I've got those there, and that other tap you saw over on this side, see, I have the pipes coming all the way around. I made them go all the way around, and I got right here. This is where the other water taps are coming up at. This is where eventually my beer tap's going to be. Hopefully, once I get some more resources. Even though the beer is kind of pointless, I don't even know why I'm doing it. I guess I'm just doing it just because it's there to do. But this whole water system, it's very minimal. You can't really see tons of piping. See, let's go down to the ground right here and look up. I mean, you can see the piping, but it doesn't look that bad compared to, having them all strung out on the ground where it's always in the way. And, I've been killed by water pipes, believe it or not. I've had water pipes that were closer to the ground. I've dismounted from my Quetzal where they were like right here, eye level, and I dismounted right on them and it kills me. That's not something that's, building and structures will kill you more than freaking dinosaurs in this game. I don't understand why it's like that. Maybe they do that because people have been trying to cheat or something. And it's just a way to get away from it. But I don't know. But just it's best to keep the water pipes out of the way. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I mean, it saves you so much headache if they're just somewhere out of the way. And these tree platforms, they make that where you can actually really put them out of the way because of just the way this is set up. I was really happy how that turned out. Now here's another thing I added to this. It's not really to my treehouse. It's down below. This is my cooking area for pretty much for prime meat, any meat for that matter. Since I'm on a primitive server, I don't have a industrial oven, so I have these campfires set up in this manner where I can come in here, cook all the prime meat, because you know if you kill alphas you get tons of prime meat. That way I can cook it all in one go without having to worry about wasting any of it timing out. And also if I wanted to cook some just normal meat, because I needed a lot of normal meat cooked for, you know, raising babies or anything like that, I'd go ahead and cook that here as well. I'll keep all my spark powder once I make a lot more of it in this storage box right here, so that I'll have it available. And I just put these here just in case, you know, I wanted to quickly be able to make some spark powder. Maybe I have my dino out here farming some flint, so I could just make the spark powder right there. But yeah, this is a little, you know, I don't even understand why I made it this shape. It's easy access, no doors or anything like that. I can run my most of my dinos I can run in here, and then be able to access it right from their pack, so I can do it really quick. Like especially my bear, since that's my new favorite dinosaur. I brought some of my bigger dinosaurs up here just to kind of give you an idea of what it's. Oh, there's some poop. I gotta get this poop. World. I've never been so excited to see poop. Since I don't have a lot of dinosaurs here, it's hard to find a lot of poop for my dung beetle. But anyhow, I brought my big dinosaurs up here just to kind of give you an idea of the size of this platform. You know, it's not going to be able to hold a ton of big dinosaurs. I mean, that's just the reality of it. You can see these two mammoths take up this whole corner over here. So, you know, while they can come up here and sit up here perfectly fine, you know, you're not going to be able to house a ton of big dinos up here. It's just the reality of it. Unless you want to do what I did here by extending the platform with pillars. Which I did that all around this one and this other platform. My goal is to have important dinos up here. Maybe some small egg layers. You know, maybe my favorite dinos will be up there. But I'm going to make a pen underneath this treehouse. I'll probably wall this area in and make a pen. I'm not sure how big I'm going to wall it in yet. Make a pen for my large dinos, because I have a few Brontos that, you know, I'm not going to drag a Bronto up here, because this is going to be too much hassle with that tail swinging around. It's just not going to be any fun at all. My Rex is up here, which he seems to fit up here fine, even with his, you know, Rexes have that awkward movement. But I'm able to get him, walk him around. My argument would get out of the way, but I can walk him around, and I've already taken him out. I don't really have my dinos set up in a good spot right now, but yeah, let's go ahead and get him out. All right. These doors are scaring me because I've been killed by doors too. I don't know what the deal is. Whenever I played before, I was never killed by structures, so this is kind of new, being killed by structures all the time. Gemma Rex can go down the platform just fine, run around, even though, you know, this Rex is kind of being phased out in my opinion, but and I can go back up the platform. Pretty easy, no issues. So that's going to do it for the fourth part. This has been our waterworks episode, I guess you can call it. How to set up our watering area and our breeding building. Pretty much showing you how the platforms look with the fencing around it. And our next video, I'm not sure what it's going to be on as far as the treehouse goes. There's still a lot of work I need to do this treehouse, so I'll probably just keep building on it, and then once I build something, I'll just kind of showcase it to you, just to show you, uh, kind of give you different ideas on what you can build with the tree platform. I'm definitely going to start extending up the tree. I got to figure out a way to get from here to up there once I do put a platform up there. So, that'll definitely be in another video. Because that's going to be interesting to see how we be able to ramp up there without taking up too much room down here, because we don't want to clog this area up. I like this nice open area that we have right here, and I just don't want to have a bunch of pillars and stuff just sticking from here going up. So, with that being said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to my channel. Be sure to keep checking back, because I got all kinds of different Ark videos, not just Treehouse, but different tips and tricks on how to do stuff to make your life easier, especially on primitive servers. I play on a official server, so all this stuff that I'm doing is not anything that I put in codes for or anything like that to produce the resources. This is all stuff that I've been out farming. So if you're on an official server, this could give you a lot of good tips to maximize your efforts whenever you have to spend so much time doing things on this server. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.